His last letter. Dear comrades, after nearly 40 years of hard toil and consuming anxiety, the poorhouse and suicide is my only choice. I have a wife and little boy in Tampa, Florida, a little boy in Texas, and a daughter in Oklahoma, scattered to the four winds of the earth. Will likely go to ruin, for want of my advice and protection. Just think, comrades. We used to hear talk of the poor black man, sold from his children. Is it not worse for a white man? Just think, no one is secure, and your dear loved ones are likely to be torn from you, and left in the hands of ignorant selfish persons. That this beautiful fertile nation is wrecking and groaning under a huge load of ignorance, crime, and misery. I've been the most willing worker for the last 10 years. I've done all I could. I never tire of working and talking for socialism. In 1899, not being able to do any better, I took a wheelbarrow load of books and papers, and pushed along the dusty roads through the scorching hot winds of Kansas. 2 months in 1900, I took a one-horse cart and went to Grand Junction, Colorado, and back to Oklahoma, and put over 1,000 books and many papers into the hands of thinking people, convincing many that socialism is our only salvation. Socialism has been my only religion for 10 years. I would not die if I could do any more for the good cause, but my health is gone. While I should be in my prime, I can do no more for myself or for humanity. I will take a big dose of laudanum tonight and die a few weeks sooner in order to put my little hard-earned money into the good cause I've worked so hard for, that would otherwise go to feed me and also to avoid unnecessary suffering. I can do no more, but I hope my soul will be with you. I pray and beg of you to be of good cheer and courage. Do not fear to own the cause or blush to speak of the name. If you can't talk, nearly all persons can. If they will try, you can do a world of good by distributing literature. Don't let them rest until such barbarous customs are completely abolished. We now have more than half the people half converted. Nearly all the people are thinking of socialism, have got over the scare and are investigating. Our principles cannot be refuted, for right is on our side, and we are bound to succeed, and the end is not far. The above letter without signature, address or date upon it, and a postal money order for $2.50 enclosed were received at the appeal office May 25th. There were no instructions as to what the money was for, and the name of the writer was obtained at the post office from the postal advice. The money, with more, was sent to the family of the deceased in Tampa, Florida by the appeal. Alas, for the sadness and misery of this world to the many, when it should and can be an Eden for all. Murdered by capitalism. At Winfield, Kansas, Saturday night, May 24th, Sela P. Harrison, wearing an Appeal Army button, died by taking laudanum. He was about 50 years of age, in very poor health, out of work, and unfitted physically to do heavy labor. He was at my house the evening of his death, and bade me goodbye. He simply said he was going away. Poor fellow. He has gone away. Gone where the capitalist ceases from plundering, and the weary are at rest. Comrade Harrison, weak in body, but strong in soul, had been selling socialist literature from town to town and doing odd jobs of light work, endeavoring thereby to earn his bread and butter. I asked him a few days ago if he had money, and told him that while I was only a wage slave myself, to tell me if he was in want. He replied that he still had some money, and that when it was gone he had a place to go to. He has gone to that place, the only haven, alas, for the worn-out slave. He was only a common working man, a day laborer when he was young and full of strength. He was useless therefore, to his masters, the capitalist class, when age palsied his muscles and disease unfitted him for hard toil. Say not that Comrade Harrison committed suicide. He was murdered by a savage social system, as inhuman as the most infernal machination of devils could conceive. His body rests today in the potter's field, nor would Comrade Harrison will it any other way. Could he speak, I know he would refuse that the socialists should contribute to bury him elsewhere. He would rather, 1,000 times rather, that any offering made in his behalf be spent in socialist propaganda work. And yet, if I had the money, I would bury his poor body in a piece of land by itself, and place a simple shaft there, inscribed, "Murdered by Capitalism." Thomas P. Harrison, a working slave, worn out and homeless, forced to leave this world because it needed him no more. Harry M. Titchener.